Welcome back to Girl Talk, and the moment you've all been waiting for. We are at Odana Antiques off of Odana Road, and we're joined now by Sue and Carly. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Well, yeah,
right. Thank you. And so this set you have set up here is just gorgeous. So
Thank you.
we kind of all blend well into the colors, I think, as well. It reminds me of like a garden party.
That's what we were going for.
So we're going to have to stay here. So if you want to come shop, well, all four of us will be sitting right
Can we
here.
have somebody serve martinis?
Oh,
that'd be
sounds
nice.
lovely.
That's the kind of garden party I want to go to.
Wait, I shouldn't say that yet.
Yeah,
No,
right.
Back in a couple months.
So Sue, wanted to start off with what's new here at Odana Antiques.
Carly?
What a lot of people don't know is we're very seasonal. So we're starting to move into fall, which means plaid, those warmer brown, dark brown colors, and more hunting instead of fishing things.
Ah, okay.
It's so interesting how far ahead of the curve you need to be in a retail setting. I mean, that's really interesting because we're thinking summer. It's hot outside. We're in this gorgeous summer set, but you're already getting ready for fall. So I think that's really interesting how
And that's
quick it
really
comes.
driven by the customers, actually.
Is it?
Every year we have people start asking in early October about when Christmas is coming.
Wow, people are early.
I suppose they're planning ahead of time, trying to plan the changes they're going to make to their spaces.
That's so smart. Yeah, and stuff comes and goes so quickly here. You got to be on the ball.
Yeah,
You do.
But okay, so we're gonna cut to the chase. We always ask about the hot sellers. We're gonna get it out right now. What are the best sellers?
Well, not what you would think. We are doing a lot of records, believe it or not, and they are looking for early rock.
Okay.
We are still doing a lot of windows of a variety of different kinds. A lot of UW memorabilia and other sporting goods. We've got a great dealer who deals in sports memorabilia. Art is still hot. Jewelry is still good. Cast iron, believe it or not. We're selling a lot of cast iron frying pans and griddles. And
I would never
mid-century
think
modern.
to come look for that here, but it makes sense.
It does. And the old stuff, the Griswold, the Wagner, is much sturdier and better made than a lot of the newer stuff.
And you can probably get something that's pretty seasoned, right?
Yes.
So then it's supposed to work better.
Yes.
Is that right when it comes to
yeah,
cast
no,
iron?
you're on it. Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's kind of coming back for cooking. We spent so much time having the newer surfaces, but they're not as safe and the food's not as good.
Right,
so
right.
Interesting. That's a whole other show, but that's an interesting
Yeah.
side note. And
cool.
the jewelry here, oh my gosh, is so stunningly
We've got
beautiful.
some really nice pieces.
Yeah.
Such beautiful
Absolutely.
stuff. So what do you say to people who come in and say, oh, I don't like antiques?
Well, we have that happen a fair amount. They walk in
Yeah.
the door and they say, oh, I'm here because my husband, brother, sister dragged me. I don't like antiques. And then they say, but I like that.
Right.
And I kind of like that.
There's something here for everybody.
There is, and there's a lot of people believe that antiques means, what you would picture George Washington sitting on, a really fancy little settee, drinking out of a very pretty china cup.
Yeah.
And a lot of dark wood, lace, and cut glass. But we are so much more. And even if you look at the popular TV shows, American Pickers, Flea
that
Market
show.
Flip, all of those shows are focusing more on architectural and industrial and repurposed. And the 50s, like your dress is inspired by. So there's a lot out there if you broaden the definition of what antiques is.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's becoming such a beautiful way to integrate into, a home space, your living room or really any room, dining, to have, even if you have newer items, to have a few of those vintage pieces or antiques, because it just brings so much more character to a space in a world with so much mass production. It just is so nice.
Yeah.
And not only character, but it really is good for recycling and reuse.
Yeah.
It's very green to buy antiques.
Good point.
Yeah, good point.
Really good point.
Yeah.
And along those same sort of stereotypes of maybe antiques aren't for me, and then they come in and sure enough they are, let's talk a little bit about the customer base, because you do kind of think, who's your customer? Is it the older adults? Is it becoming everybody?
It's becoming everybody. Everyone goes to different things, so we have a wide range of items and we have a wide range of customers.
And on a weekend in here, you'll typically see a number of people under 30. They're looking for records mid-century. You'll see people between 30 and 50. They're looking for things for their home. You see older people. Sometimes they're looking for more traditional things. But some of my older couples are buying, name brand mid-century pieces that they can't find anywhere else. And I actually credit your show a lot for helping with that, because you helped people see that it's not just all lace and cut glass and walnut.
Awesome. Yeah, it's such a beautiful store. And Janet's often saying this when she's not in here, obviously, right now, but it's not a place that you have to almost bring a friend, because there's so much to look
share.
at, and you want to
Right.
show it off. Like, oh, look at that, look at that. When you come by yourself, you're oh no, I'm not with anyone.
Right,
I don't want
right.
to show someone that.
How cool is this piece kind of
it's
thing?
so
Yeah.
fun
Right.
to come in.
I know you guys mentioned too that people under 30 coming in. So do you guys have stuff too for dorms or maybe that college demographic too?
We have furniture in almost every price point, up to, you know, a couple $1,000s a piece.
Sure.
So if you're looking for something for your first apartment, you're going to find something that you can keep for your first home and keep for after that. We do have a, you know, and for a dorm room, I saw a really cute college student buy this great 1960 coffee pot with bold, bright flowers all over the sides of it. And she said it'll just add a little pizzazz. So there really
That's the
is
perfect word.
pizzazz. And it doesn't, you don't have to spend a fortune. A lot of people walk out of here and they haven't spent $30, but they've got something fun
Right.
and cute.
True, and I decorated my apartment with things mostly here. And what's also great is that they're much better made than most things are today. So if you buy an old dresser, you know, just a simple dresser, it doesn't really have any, you know, things that will tell you what decade it's from.
Sure.
But it will last, and you will be able to have that dress
Right.
for many years.
Made
if
with
you
a
get
different type of quality.
Right. And if you get tired of it, chalk paint it.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can always make it new again.
Right.
Let's talk about unusual items before
Okay.
we go.
Okay, a couple of them. Let's see, we still have the really tall birds from the hardware store or sporting goods store. They're about 3 feet tall. We have a chair in the shape of a hand, which is a
love this
must-have for
chair.
your first apartment.
It's so cool.
What else? What am I missing?
We have the store display scooter.
We have the store display scooter from 1960, no motor, but it's a cute little Vespa that
Cool.
would have been on display. And I'm trying to think, and a couple other bizarre little trinkets here. They're a really cute little pail from Disneyland from 1949 that says Disneyland on it with all the little ducks.
So this makes me not want to throw anything away because I think it's going to be really cool in like 50 years.
Yeah.
That's so true.
But I'm a pack rat, so I can't do that.
Or just don't store it and
Yeah.
have someone else do it and come
Right.
here and get
Right.
it.
Just
that
come to
hand
Odana
chair
Antiques.
is like the
The
coolest
hand
thing.
chair
I
is
love
cool.
it.
Well, wonderful. Thank you both for being here today, Sue and Carly. Thanks
you.
again, and thanks for
Sure.
hosting us today.
Our pleasure.
And thanks for watching Girl Talk. You can find us next time only on Channel 57.